I stole my pervy dad's $300,000 inheritance after he abandoned me. And now his bimbo girlfriend gets nothing. Am I the a-hole?
I love a story where OP just takes all the familial wealth. You know?
I love it.
Like, hey, this was going to be divvy up. No. This is mine.
My 36 female dad was always a mean, bad-tempered, abusive, bullied anyone who would stand for it, which unfortunately included my mom, who was completely submissive by the time my brother and I were old enough to get out of the house. Our homes were always open to her. To him, not so much.
Screw that guy.
Then, last year, he surpassed himself after a heart attack.
How dare you have a heart attack? Freaking selfish dad.
After a heart attack mom devotedly nursed him through, he decided he'd never really lived. And he threw my mom out of the house that they owned in joint name. She came to me, and we were glad to have her, and moved in a girl known to the family as Dad's Bimbo.
That is quite the reputation.
She never held a job, has no qualifications whatsoever, which is difficult to do in the school all families went to, including ours, and is exactly 1/3 his age.
Hey. Daddy-o knows how to pick him a hot.
I refuse to believe that she was attracted to him. The stereotypical bad-tempered, overweight, red-faced gammon.
Dang.
God, that really paints a picture. Well, sucks to be the bimbo. He had another heart attack last month and died in a state. Under English rules of people who die without a will, the house is the mom's automatically, and the relatively small size of the rest of the estate means that she gets all of that too. And the bimbo, of course, gets nothing.
You didn't get married fast enough.
So we went in, emptied the house of all portable valuables. We replaced Dad's big screen with a small portable one and served her 28 days notice to get out. Now she's blowing up about her rights all over social media and the small rural town that we live in.
What rights?
I want the money.
Just because you bang someone doesn't mean you get their money.
I want it. We don't care. She says that she gave up a government apartment to move in with him, and now she can't get it back. We don't care. She gambled and she lost. She now says that she's pregnant.
No way. I don't believe that for a second.
We don't believe her, and it hasn't stopped her from smoking and drinking. The key to any successful pregnancy.
Yeah. You want that baby to be resilient.
My husband thinks that we ought to find out if she is indeed carrying her half sibling. Well, we don't care. Even if she is, the kid is entitled to exactly 1/3 of what me and my brother are sharing, i.e. bugger all, which means basically nothing.
Right, because the house is included in that.
So, am I the a-hole for ignoring this woman's alleged child? This is England. She won't end up on the streets, but she won't get my mom's house and garden either. Ladies and gentlemen, a bit of a tricky one,
Except it's not. I say this girl doesn't really deserve anything. Just because I hook up with someone doesn't mean they're entitled to my estate.
The question to all of you, to you, Samuel, is OP the a-hole for ignoring this potential child?
Maybe a little. I think it just seems very convenient. I think just be like, okay, you say that's your child, paternity test, and then we'll talk.
I'm going to sue my sister out of existence. She committed the ultimate crime, ruining my poster. Am I the a-hole? My sister brought her kids over 2 weeks ago. In my office, I have a vintage Marvel poster signed by Stan Lee and the artists of the poster.
Oh, wow. That's worth something.
Pretty good, right? This poster is over 30 years old. My sister's son saw this and thought it was really neat and wanted me to give it to him. Sorry, buddy.
Yo, that's expensive.
I tried being diplomatic, but let him know that wouldn't happen. For certain reasons, my office door locks behind me and you need keys to open it. This is important. But fast forward to the next day. We were going to the park and I couldn't find my keys. We were looking around the house and I hear her daughter yell out, and my sister and I go running. Her son opened the office and climbed on the desk to get the poster down. In doing it, he managed to tear it in half.
No.
I was furious. This poster is not only irreplaceable, I got it signed with my now deceased grandfather. It has a lot of sentimental value for me.
Oh man, that sucks.
My sister completely blew this off. Hell, she even started giggling when her daughter said, "Oh no!" you the second time because she thought that it sounded cute. This isn't cute.
This is war.
She didn't offer me anything, even an apology. Her argument is that I should have had my keys on me because I should have somehow expected that her son would try and take it down from the wall.
Like, why should it be other people's jobs to police your child?
Hello. Dad and wife are firmly in my camp. Dad recognizes how important this was to me because it was only a few days before my grandpa suddenly passed away and was the last thing that we did together. My mom and sister are acting like it's no big deal. My sister ghosted me when I texted her asking about compensating me for the poster. In case anyone was wondering, when we moved into the house, we had the poster appraised at $3,000 due to the condition and rarity of the poster.
Okay, so it's expensive.
I was informed after Stan Lee's passing, it went up, but we didn't have it appraised. This particular one does go on eBay unsigned north of $2,000 now. When I decided to serve her for a lawsuit, my mom called me telling me it was no big deal. And she said that she found another poster on eBay. And when I saw the link, I realized it was completely different, wasn't signed or anything close to my poster. It wasn't even from the same year. Now sister is complaining to mom that I'm being mean for going after her and not taking her offer instead of making her pay for it.
I know I crashed your Bugatti, but will you take this Toyota Camry?
She thinks that I should just let this go because kids will be kids after all. So am I being the a-hole here? Now we do have some quick edits and updates, but Sam, viewers.
I think your sister should pay for what it's worth. Still keep the poster, stitch it together, and then, maybe get some money for it. This show was sponsored by your sweet, sexy ass.
If you support our Patreon, you'll get one long, hard, extra bonus episode every week.
I'm talking 3 juicy stories right into those ear holes.
You'll get ad-free episodes. I'm talking all of those ads completely off, all natural.
Not to mention, we'll do it together, live, in front of a camera. With Assholes Anonymous, you'll get a chance to talk to us directly and maybe be featured on the YouTube channel.
Wait, Sam, not like that. Like, the fans get to share their stories with us and other fans, and we get to talk about it, right?
And then we'll moon each other at the end.
Oh, God.
So if you want all that ass, support your boys at patreon.com/OKOP show.
That's patreon.com/OKOP show. Edit. Since this has been raised in a few comments, yes, the poster was framed. It was professionally mounted in a frame. It was not tacked to a wall or anything like that. Update number 1, my mom is now in my corner. We hadn't spoken about this much as I was pretty angry about things. She didn't realize that it was this one particular poster, and she knew how much it meant to me. Right now, she's trying to convince my sister of the seriousness of this. Final update. Well, I thought this would be dramatic, but it really wasn't. We did the court appearance via video conference.
Wow. Okay. So it actually did go to the court.
All the way. Judge was not hearing any of my sister's hemming and hawing about this. I was expecting to get the repair costs. They weren't cheap, that's for sure. I had 2 estimates and she didn't want to pay either. The judge had to tell her straight out, offering to replace something with the appraised value that it had with something that isn't even in the same ballpark is unacceptable. I got the full appraised value as the judge considered it the cost of the replacement. Sister more or less cut the call as fast as she could. I got a call from her husband, again, asking if I wanted a check. Later that night, sister called me and finally apologized for her and her nephew's behavior. I told her I'm okay with it now, but she needs to understand why I'm so angry. She said she finally did when the judge laid it out. I guess this is it for this one.
A judge had to lay that out for you to oh my God.
Not the best outcome, but an outcome. I figure I'll get the poster back from repair early next year. So with the sister now going to pay her back, do we think the sister is the ape-hole?
I mean, I think the sister was always the a-hole for sure. Or the fact that she wouldn't repair the poster after her kid destroyed it and just laughed at something that was obviously meaningful to OP. That's a huge move, but I don't think I would go as far as suing my family.
Maybe if you constantly are being hey, I don't want to have to do this. Please don't make me do it. it, but like I do want to just at least replace the value. Could we figure out a plan and like not do court or anything? If you say that like enough times, then it's not the a-hole move, I think.
Grandma Karen calls the police on me for not helping her at the grocery store. Lady, I don't even work here. Am I the a-hole? So I work for a drink vendor in the USA. I go to stores and stock them with beverages from my company. I do not work for the actual store we're talking about stocking for. This event happened a few months ago while I was stocking a rather small yet local grocery store with drinks. The characters of this story are a 70-year-old woman, me, which will be OP, and the manager are the players of this bizarre event. Let's dive in. I'm working the shelves when I see a 70-ish woman flagging me down. OP, yes, can I help you with something? Old lady. I can't remember exactly what they asked for, but it wasn't a soda, so I had no clue and told her as such. When I said I didn't know where the item was, she huffed at me and said, "Stop being lazy and find it. You don't know where it is. It's your job to know where everything is. You work here."
Everyone's accidentally asked someone who doesn't work there, though. We've all been there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I've 100% done that. My eyes went wide as I was currently listening to Reddit stories. I wished to the heavens it was "I don't work here," it was entitled parents, but I realized it was happening to me. I collected myself and replied the famous line, "Ma'am, I don't work here. I work for..." Old lady cuts me off. "You do work here. You're stocking the shelves. Stop being lazy. I'm going to scream that you tried to rape me, oh my God, and ruin your life."
What the fuck?
That is the reverse Uno you don't want. At this moment, I went into panic mode as I've listened to way too many stories to know that will ruin me, even if it's not true and found out later. I then had a genius idea in the moment. I tapped my earpiece and said out loud, "Eric, you hear that? Did you get that?" Old lady, "Who are you talking to in that new fandangled earpiece?" OP, "My friend, we were recording a podcast when you threatened me. He got that on recording, so I advise you to leave now while you can, or it'll be your life that is ruined."
Wow, that is quick, brilliant thinking.
Old lady, she huffs and leaves. I thought it was the end of it. Nope. She came back with a manager for the store. "This is the employee that recorded me without my permission. I want him fired in the police code." OP, "Did you tell him why I recorded you?" Old lady, "It doesn't matter. You didn't have my permission." Manager, "Well, what did you record her saying?" OP, "Lady, do you want to tell him or shall I have him listen to it?" Old lady, she sighs. "Fine. I said I'd scream if he didn't do his job. It worked on so many other employees. I don't see what's wrong with it. Now call the police and fire him." Hey, at least she's honest, you know?
Yeah.
Manager, she looked horrified at the old woman, and I started laughing. OP, you heard her, right? I said to the manager, who confirmed. Then I grinned and said, "Ma'am, I didn't record you. I was listening to podcasts." Old lady, she got red and without missing a beat, looked at the manager, and I'm not joking, and said the following. "He tried to..." "Call the police!" OP, my mouth dropped. My manager has no clue what to say. Luckily, I did. "Ma'am, you wouldn't know this, but I've been on hormones for the last 2 years. I don't know how I could R anyone. I haven't been able to get it up in 2 years." Manager ends up laughing her ass off, and the old woman just left and never saw her again. The manager apologized, and I was just laughing my ass off. That worked. If it didn't, who knows where I'd be? Probably locked up with my life ruined because I didn't know where something was. Wild ride.
Wow. I guess the question is OP the a-hole for messing with this elderly woman like that?
No, dude.
No.
That woman totally
No.
deserves it. But I feel like this brings up a great side question. Give us your old people stories from work. Put your answers in the comments below. We love hearing them.
You know who really works hard, Sam?
Who?
Our beautiful public subscribers, always putting those fingers to work, commenting away, and we're going to read a few right now. This one comes from the video, "My disabled wife inherited $100,000. I refuse to let her spend it." Public subscriber Sam G says, "OP is the a-hole. I can't Can't believe him. What a crap person. Shake my head. Public subscriber Brittany says, charge him for his half of the house and the car. Girl, run far and fast. And finally, public subscriber Carmen Arena says, OP is the a-hole. She needs to leave his deadbeat booty. Carmen, thank you for your thoughts. We always love to hear your thoughts and comments on videos like this one. So publicly subscribe, drop a comment below. We just might read it on the next one.
See you soon.